Hello, good evening, children. How are you all? This is PIMS Educational Academy invites you for the English session.
Hey,
It gives me great pleasure to meet you online for the English program, and I'll be meeting you online today and tomorrow for two sessions. During these two sessions, we are supposed to revise first three units. First unit, you may just mean I would advise you to have your textbook by your side. I think all of you have your textbook, therefore keep your textbook ready on the table, and then as and when I just give you a reference and or turn to the page and refer to the book. Now unit 1 consists of prose. It's first flight, second one poetry, life, and third one supplementary, Shakespeare's The Tempest. And the grammar areas will be modals, active and passive voice. And then unit 2 consists of prose, a knight and the ghost garden, poetry, the grumble family, supplementary, zigzag, followed by grammar areas like articles, prepositional phrases. And then unit 3, prose, title, empowered women navigating the world, poetry, I am every woman, supplementary, the story of Mulan, and followed by grammar area, tense forms. Okay, so 3 into 4, that is 12 units will be finished, will be revised during this session as well as the session meant for tomorrow. First we'll start with I am every woman. Okay, and the arrangement will be just zigzag, but don't worry about it. We'll be completing all the 12 units within tomorrow, I mean by tomorrow. I am every woman, Rocky Nariani Shok. This is I think this is 84. This is a memorized poem, therefore I will just read the poem just for your reference. Just listen to me, and if you have your textbook, just listen to the textbook also. A woman is beauty innate, a symbol of power and strength. She puts her life at stake. She is real, she is not fake. The summer of life she is ready to see in spring. She says, spring will come again, my dear. Let me care for the ones who are near. She is the woman, she has no fear. Strong is she in her faith and beliefs. Persistence is the key to everything, says she. Despite the sighs and groans and moans, she is strong in her faith, firm in her belief. She is a lioness. Don't mess with her. She'll not spare you if you are a prankster. Don't ever try to saw her pride, her self respect. She knows how to saw you, so beware. She is today's woman. Today is woman. Dear, love her, respect her, keep her near. That's the poem. And a kind of paraphrase, introduction in the book itself, you will find a very good introduction given at the beginning, just before the poem. That is, this poem talks about the multifaceted nature, that is, many sided nature, okay, multi-dimensional nature of women. Today's women are empowered, they are enabled, they are able to people, brave, strong, and resolute. Just try to remember and reproduce such terms: brave, strong, and resolute. They are always ready to take up new ventures, new tasks, new adventures. They are persistent and work tirelessly to prove what they are capable of. Women have to be treated respectfully for the growth of the nation. So, women's growth is associated with the growth of the nation. So that is brief introduction given in the book, and followed by paraphrase of the first stanza. A woman is beautiful by nature, okay, innate. She is power and she is strength. That is personification of power, woman. And then personification of strength. Strength is woman, woman is strength. She is prepared for challenges in life with boldness. She is genuine, bona fide, and not bogus, fake and false. Genuine, bona fide, bogus, fake, false. 5 terms are there. The first 2 terms, the positive terms, genuine, bona fide. The next 3 terms, bogus, fake, false. Okay. Second stanza. For a woman, life is full of roses. Life is full of roses. Even thorns are flowers for an optimistic woman. If the woman happens to be optimistic, then even thorns will turn out to be roses. She does not brood about misfortunes and bad times. Winter at times of need. At times of need, I will rise to the occasion and help the needy. She is ready to help others. Springs may come and go, but my hopes for better days will never die, will never cease, will never stop. That is second stanza. Third stanza, she cannot compromise with her principles. Principle is principle. That is principled woman. She cannot compromise, go back on her principles. She cannot compromise with her principles. Persistence is a true attachment to one's commitment. That is strength of mind. Come what may, no deviation, no distraction from the destination. See, no deviation or distraction from the destination. All beginning with the id. Sighs, groans, moans are all signs of discomfort and distress, which are not known to a modern woman. So be you all. Fourth stanza, please. Woman is ferocious like a lioness, and do not play tricks and pranks with her. Be careful, okay? She will never excuse. She cannot tolerate. Do not attempt to torment or afflict or disturb her pride and image. She is very particular about her pride and image. She cannot stoop down. Don't make her do that. She knows how to freeze, dissolve you, and do away with you. Be careful. Oh, that's a warning by that woman. Fifth stanza, the woman is modern. The woman is modern and she belongs to present days and not to ancient or primitive times. Primitive times. Okay. She is updated in every aspect. She is not bold. She is not orthodox. Okay. She is not orthodox. Very conventional. Hence, love her, respect her, and live with her. You will be benefited rather. Woman is everything in the universe. Beauty, strength, power, boldness, real and not fake. She is the asylum for the weak and the meek. Asylum, okay? And but a terror to a trickster, a prankster. Without her, life will be incomplete. Life is to be totality, means life should be total, means it's only with the presence, with the participation, the association of woman, only life can be complete. That every one of us should understand. Next, please return your textbook, page number 85. That is the opposite side of the poem. There are certain questions. Read the lines and answer the questions. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 questions are there. 5 questions. This grumble family that is displayed on the screen can wait for some time. Till then, please listen to me just for 2, 3, 5 minutes. Turning to the page number 85 textbook. Okay, the summer of life, that is 2 lines are given, just like ERC. Okay, reference to the context. The summer of life she is ready to see in spring. She says, spring will come again, my dear. Let me care for the ones who are near. These 3 lines are taken from the text, followed by 3 questions. The first question, what does the word summer mean here? That is brightness. Summer means brightness. How does she take life? She takes life in a very optimistic way, okay, in a positive way, not in a negative way. And then what does she mean by spring will come again? That means spring is nothing but good days, okay? Good days are ahead that will come. That is optimism. Second question, strong is she in her faith and belief. Persistence is the key to everything, says she. The questions: A, what is she strong about? She is strong in her faith and belief. That we should have. We should have faith, first of all, faith, and then we should believe in things, in good principles. Then only we can go about. And then next question: how does she deal with the adversities in life? That is persistent effort, persistent and resolution, resolute efforts. We should have efforts to tackle and to tide over such adversities, such challenging situations in life. That is persistent. Question number 3: despite the sighs and groans and moans, she is strong in her faith, firm in her belief. 2 lines taken from poem, followed by 2 questions. Is she complaining about the problems of life? No, no. At the same time, just think of ourselves. Whenever we come across this very small problem issue, we start immediately complaining. No, I don't like this. I don't like that. Like that. Is she complaining about the problems of life? No. And then second question: pick out the words that show her grit, that is strong and faith, firm, belief. These are all things which define the lady. She is strong, she is faithful, and she is firm in her belief. And the number 4: don't ever try to saw her pride, etc. The first question: what do the words thaw, T-H-A-W, thaw and saw mean here? 2 terms, thaw and saw. What is the meaning? Thaw is fame, and the thaw is be friendly. Thaw is be friendly, saw is disturb. Both are opposite. Opposite sense, these 2 terms are used in the poem. What is the tone of the author? The tone of the author is very firm, resolute, very much determined. Number 5, she is today's woman. Today is woman dear, love her, etc. Question number A: describe today's woman according to the poet. She is strong, powerful, real, not fake, optimistic, supportive, firm in faith and belief. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 words describe the entire poem. Okay? And therefore, what should you do? How should a woman be treated? What type of treatment does she deserve? Love her, respect her, support her. So that is I Am Every Woman. That is the 3rd poem in the 3rd unit. And then we will pass on to the Grumble family. Grumble family, you know the Grumble family. Just now we saw a poem. The poem actually advises how to be. How to be. Now this poem actually tells us how not to be. Okay? That is Grumble family. You should not grumble. Grumble means what? Complain. Okay? So just the poet imagines a complete village, street, families grumbling. So the first stanza, I have given it in the form of a tabular column. What is the name of the family? The Grumble family. What is the name of the street? Complaining street. What is the name of the city? Never or satisfied. What is the name of the river? Is content. So all the 4 terminologies, phrases actually define the Grumble family. Okay? No one will feel comfortable in such a family. Will you feel comfortable in such a family? Never. Suppose just imagine a person who is always complaining, finding fault with the life situations, friends, etc. You cannot cope up with such a family, such a member. That is this. No one will feel comfortable in such a family. Second stanza, certain words. Growl. Growl means usually the cry of a tiger or a dog. Cry of a tiger or a dog, we say growl. What is the meaning of grumble? Grumble means complain or protest. Station, here in this area, in this context, the meaning is position, status. Status, okay? And then high, opposite humble. The station, that is status, high, opposite humble. And then paraphrase. The paraphrase of the second stanza. These people complain about everything. To them, nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. Whether they belong to high class or modest class, uniformly all are of complaining nature. They are far from satisfaction. They can never be satisfied. Okay, that is a paraphrase of the second stanza. And in this stanza, you find rhyming words. This rhymes with miss, and then humble and grumble. Humble and grumble, rhyming words. And then third stanza, Third stanza, the folk from the complaining street. The folk from the complaining street are always gloomy and cheerless. Nothing is right and everything is wrong. They are unhappy in bright summer as well as in cold winter. So also hot weather as well as cold weather are one and the same for these people. That's what do you mean by that? Whether it is, they can't accept either hot weather or cold weather. Okay, whether if it is hot weather, they will complain. And the contrast of hot weather is cold weather. If it is the weather is cold, again they complain. Therefore, they know only one thing in life, that is complain, grumbling. Okay, that is third stanza. Here the third stanza are the rhyming words, cold and scold. Okay, cold and scold and meat and street. These two words are rhyming words. And then coming to fourth stanza, the climax is that even in the midst of perfection and satisfaction, they would complain about absence of complaints. See the tragedy, see the fun. Okay, even when you don't have any complaint, you don't have anything to complain means I have nothing to complain. That itself, it's a complaint for them. Okay, the climax is that even in the midst of perfection and satisfaction, they would complain about absence of complaint. I don't have any complaint, and that itself is a complaint. Okay, they do not like both rain as well as sunshine. Rain and sunshine, and then what other contrast? Summer and cold winter. Okay, summer and cold winter, gloomy and cheerfulness, etc. These are all contrasting words. They do not like both rain as well as sunshine. The list of their complaints is endless. It is okay. It is ever growing. Here in this stanza, fourth stanza, rhyming words, sun and done, sun and done. That is final sound, okay, sun, done. And then doubt and about, out, doubt and about. These two are rhyming words. And then next stanza, fifth stanza, the paraphrase is, the strangest thing is that even the same family, not all will be the same, will be same alike. Okay, if all are complaining in the family, there should be alike. Okay, but it is not so. No grumbler will like to identify himself or herself with his or her own family. Okay, I am separate and I am not satisfied with any of my own family members. See, this is the irony. Okay, this is the irony of their life. And then hyperbole actually, it is a figure of speech. Meaning is exaggeration. Even the same family will witness disintegration and difference. That is hyperbole. You will witness integration and difference. So the same family, some kind of uniformity should be there. But the speaker is not working properly. So that is the fifth stanza. Going to sixth stanza. Be far away from this family of grumble. Okay, that is a caution for all the other people who are reading the poem. Be far away from this family of grumble. Lest, the meaning of lest is otherwise. Otherwise, you should learn their ways and should become one of the victims. Okay, you become one in the family and you will be victimized. That means you will also resort to complaining. That adoption will be very fast. So that is not a slow process, that's a quick process. That adoption will be very fast. Before you realize what's happening, it will happen and you will become a grumbler. Before, okay, long, you will become a victimized person for this grumbling. So be careful. Okay, right. Then seventh stanza, keep yourself well away from the complaining street and grumble family. So this is the grumbling thing. So keep yourself well away. Guard yourself against. That means what is the basic meaning? It's not a complaining street, complaining river, discontentment and all. No street, no people like that. Basically, don't complain about anything. Okay. Accept life as it is. Accept life as it is. Accept situation as it is. Accept your friend with plus and minus, merits and demerits. Okay, that is the lesson. That is the important point here that poet is trying to make. Keep yourself well away from the complaining street and grumble family, and never to growl, or you will become one in the grumble family. Complaining street. What is complaining street? It's a figure of speech. Street personified as human being. What is the meaning, basic meaning of complaining street? Complaining street means, street that is complaining. Can you expect a street to complain? No. That is street personified as a human, elevated to the level of person, personified as human being, and hence personification. This is one of the figures of speech, personification. Complaining man becomes complaining street. Okay, the adjective that is complaining shifts from one noun, that is man, to another noun, that is street, and hence it is transferred epithet, that is another advanced personification. Transferred epithet. Epithet means attribute, nothing but that. Rhyming words: feet and street, do and to, woo woo, ending vowel sound, do and to. Now, eighth stanza, that's the last stanza. Take care. You are not influenced to become a grumbler. Okay? Find fault, fault finding. Your status may be high or humble, irrespective of your position. Maybe a high person, a rich person, elevated person, a politician, big politician, but humble or a small ordinary person maybe. But grumbling is a disease. Don't fall a victim or prey to this grumbling. Sometimes things may even go wrong, but guard yourself against grumbling. Things, you cannot expect things to happen as you like. Life is like that, no. Okay, but guard yourself against grumbling. So everything is comprised in one single line. That is, this is the message the poet wants to transfer to us. What is that message? A smile on your face and a song on your lips shall be your true identity. Your identity should be a smile on your face. That is your true identity, not with the red shirt, black shirt, or this and that. Your identity, there is a person with a smile on his face and a song on his lips. That is happiness, cheerfulness. That is identity. And then there are some questions. They growl at that, at that, and they growl at this. This is called anaphora. Okay, anaphora means this is growl, growl. It's repeated. Consonant sounds repeated means this is anaphora. They growl at that. They growl at this. Whatever comes, there is something amiss. Now, questions that follow these two lines. One is, what does the word growl mean here? Growl means complain, accuse, find fault with. And then second question, why do they find everything amiss? They are not satisfied with anything because of their wrong attitude and narrow-mindedness. Okay, that is not with the thing, not with the situation, not with the person, but with the person who finds fault with these things. Because of wrong attitude, because of narrow-mindedness, they find fault with everything. Number two, second question, two lines in green color, no, they are taken from poetry, followed by questions. A, where does the family live? The family lives on the complaining street, a street full of people who always complain. B, why do you think the street is named as complaining street? Because all the people without exception are of complaining nature. Therefore, the whole street is branded as complaining street. Okay? And then number three, let us learn to talk. Let us learn to walk with a smile and a song. No matter if things go sometimes wrong. Lines taken from the poem. What does the poet expect everyone to learn? This is the message. Learn to live with a smile and a song. Don't grudge and growl at everything. Nothing is perfect and ideal in the world. Okay? Learn to live in the society cheerfully. This is the beautiful message passed on by the poet to the humanity society. You to also follow this. You will be happy. Number 4, what should we do when things go wrong sometimes? That is nothing other than accepting the situation as it is. Do not complain. Walk with a smile again, walk with a smile on your face and a song on your lips. And then the second one, the night the ghost got in. That's prose on page number 30. Writer is James Grover Thurber, who all enjoyed the arrival of ghost and some two historical characters like heads of family, the old man from attic and the lady breaking the glass and disturbing the others. I think you will be reminded of all these things. We'll just have a quick look into the lesson, okay? That will make you just remember the things, recall the things. Who are the characters? The characters, the narrator, that is the chief character, James Grover Thurber, and the narrator's father is there, grandfather is there, brother 1, that is Hermon, and brother 2, Roy. And the father and Roy are out of station, only grandfather is there, brother is Hermon is there. And then we meet police cops, 8 people, they are just entering the house right at 1 o'clock. And then there are reporters, a few reporters are there, and the probable presence of a ghost, I don't know whether the ghost is there or not, that is to be decided by the readers, okay? At 1 o'clock, I have just given you a summary, a brief summary of the entire lesson. Therefore, instead of reading the whole lesson, you just listen to it and just keep a record of it. And as and when you have some doubt, you just refer to this passage. At 1 o'clock in the morning, there was a walk around the dining room table on the dining room table on the ground floor. Ground floor, that is very important. The narrators, that is Grover, mother was asleep in one room upstairs because the time is 1 o'clock. His brother Hermon in another room. His grandfather was in the attic. 3 persons are there, okay? Top floor. That is 3 floors are there. Top floor, middle floor, ground floor. When Grover came out of the bathtub, he heard the quick steps of a man around the dining table downstairs. That's ground floor. First, Grover thought it could be his father or his another brother Roy, but they were out of town, hence it might be a burglar or the ghost. That is the deduction. That is the inference made by the author. Maybe some sound is there. Mother is sleeping here in the middle floor. Father is there in the attic. Therefore, it must be a burglar or a ghost. That is the surmise. And then the anxious Grover slowly tiptoed to his brother Hermon's room. Hermon already suspected that something, that is ghost, would get him in the night. He is afraid of ghosts. Grover hissed in the dark in the low and hopeless tone, said to Hermon, there is something downstairs. Both of them went to the head of the staircase, leading down to the downstairs. But the sound of the steps was not there. Again it started, but this time the steps circling round the dining table. They were frightened. Both brothers were frightened. Arthur's brother, Hermon. Both were frightened. Very soon the steps started coming up, the sound of the steps started coming up the stairs to their floor. Hermon rushed into his room and slammed the door, okay? And then Grover slammed the staircase door and waited, but nothing happened. The slamming of the door, what happened? The slamming of the door means that at 1 o'clock, what would happen? Just to produce a lot of noise. So which aroused naturally their mother, who was a hysteric, already a patient and emotional character. She thought it would be burglars, and instantly, without a second thought, thinking and all, shouted, burglars, burglars, and called the police. As the phone in their house was in the ground floor, she is in the middle floor, okay? She flung a shoe through the glass to see her reaction and response. She flung a shoe through the glass door of the next house in order to wake them up and make them call the police. The Bodwells, the neighbor family, the Bodwells, he Bodwell and she Bodwell, and husband and wife. The Bodwells in the next house were used to such kind of attacks and were waiting for a fine day to go away from there. However, the police arrived, 8 in number, accompanied by press people. Okay, 1 o'clock it happens. Very soon, the place was full of policemen. 8 people are there. Finally, they questioned the Grover's mother. There is no sign of anybody. Grover's mother added, there were 2 or 3 of them. She did not see anybody, but sheer imagination. Okay. Funny, said the cop, because cop people actually, they people, they deduce things, they find out things very easily, very quickly. Funny, said the cop, when all the doors or windows are intact, untied, bolted from inside, how could the burglars have got in? That's the question, that's the doubt raised by the cop. The police entered in their usual style. Usual style means very rough style, okay, harsh style, forceful manner, shouting, banging, breaking. Windows are shot up and pulled down. Furniture fell, pulled beds away from walls, tore clothes off hooks in the closets, pulled suitcase and boxes off shelves, etc., etc. As if a burglar would have entered, some 10 burglars have entered. The scene had been changed by the 8 police cops. No sign of anything, observed the police. After doing all this mess, they said simply coolly, no sign of anything, no burglars, no police, cops, no police, like that, no burglars. This lady seems hysterical. They found out actually she is hysterical. At the time, they heard a cracking sound in the attic from his grandfather's room. Immediately, they rushed to the attic. Some sound is there, maybe burglars. They just rushed to the scene, attic there. But my grandfather, another historic person, another old man, grandfather, mistook the cops. He has his own imagination. But the army men who were deserting, some war was going on at that time. These army men who were deserting the army, escaping from the war and running away. So while running away from the war field, they happened to enter the house for asylum. He mistook that way. He is a very strict patriotic person. Therefore, he has actually anger, wrath against these fellows. He did not like this and wanted to punish them as a true patriot. So he shouted at them and even gave a slap, and the cop fell down. Furthermore, he grabbed the gun from one officer and shot at an officer. Okay, they all came out and shut the door behind the grandfather. Oh, that's happened actually. That's the end of grandfather scene in the attic. Finally, they asked Grover, what's the real confusion? Finally, they had some kind of hope with this fellow, with Grover. Therefore, he seemed to be young and heroic, therefore they came down to Horogoro. And what is this actually about? Then he coolly said, we had ghosts. He gazed at the author and simply walked away without any comments. Next morning, everything ended. Next morning, grandfather was fresh as a daisy. And see the comparison, see the analogy, was as fresh as a daisy flower. Daisy is known for its freshness. Was as fresh as a daisy flower and full of jokes and breakfast. However, he had not forgotten the previous day's adventure with his cops and giving a smack one cop and then shooting at one fellow, and demanded to know the reason for the cops' arrival. Why did they come? Why did they arrive? Also, he said finally, none of you bothered to leave a bottle of water by the side of my bed. So I was looking for water in the dining room last night. So that is the thing that solves every problem, that every issue. Okay, that's a suspense there. Where was the author when he heard the noise? Where was the author when he heard the noise? The author had stepped out of the bathtub when he heard the steps and he was on the middle floor. Number 2, what did the narrator think the unusual sound was? First, he suspected that might be a burglar. Later, he thought it might be a ghost. Number 3, what were the various sounds the brothers heard when they went downstairs? The sound of footsteps of a man circling the dining room table and the steps climbing up the stairs heavily, 2 at a time, was heard. Okay, 2 things. Oh. With just the third question, we will stop and we will continue in the next session after a small break. Okay, thank you.